You walk into an auto parts store, look at the oil shelf, grab a bottle labeled full synthetic, pay premium prices, and believe you're getting the best protection for your engine. The label promises advanced technology, maximum protection, and cutting-edge engineering. But here's what nobody tells you. That synthetic oil you're buying right now might have never seen the inside of a chemistry lab the way you imagine. It might simply have come straight from crude oil, passed through a more sophisticated refining process, and legally received the word synthetic on the packaging. And we're not talking about no-name brands or budget shelf products. We're talking about giant companies you can find in literally any auto parts store, any gas station, and any automotive shop across America. Today, I'm going to show you exactly which brands do this, why it's legal, what changed in the lubricant industry, and most importantly, what actually matters when choosing the right oil for your engine. So, if you've ever spent money on what you thought was synthetic oil, watch until the end because this information could save you hundreds of dollars. Welcome to Simplifying Cars. Here we break down the truth about automotive products and maintenance that most people don't understand. If you're tired of getting confused by marketing and want to actually know what you're paying for, hit subscribe now. Turn on notifications because we're about to dive into details the oil industry hopes you never find out about. Let's start with something fundamental. Motor oil is made from base stocks. These base stocks come in different classifications. There are 5 main groups. Groups 1, 2, and 3 all come from crude oil. They're extracted from the ground and go through different levels of refining. The more refining, the purer the oil becomes. But it still starts from petroleum. Groups 4 and 5 are called true synthetics. Group 4 is made from molecules called polyalpha olefins, or PAO. These molecules are created in a laboratory through controlled chemical processes. Each molecule has virtually the same size and shape. This creates an extremely uniform oil. That uniformity is what allows better protection in extreme temperatures, less breakdown, and greater viscosity stability. This is the oil that revolutionized the market when Mobil launched Mobil 1 back in the 1970s. Now Group 3 is different. It's still petroleum, but it goes through a process called hydrocracking. It uses high pressure and high temperature to remove impurities and improve properties. The result is an oil that's much cleaner than conventional mineral oil. But it's still petroleum. The cost difference between manufacturing Group 3 and Group 4 is massive. One costs significantly more to produce than the other. Here's where our first problem starts. Back in 1997, something happened that completely changed this entire industry. Mobil, which had the monopoly on true synthetics, sued Castrol. Castrol had released an oil that was sold as fully synthetic, but it used Group 3 base stock. Mobil argued that if the oil comes from refined petroleum, it cannot be called synthetic. That makes sense, right? Wrong. The organization responsible for evaluating marketing claims in the United States decided that because the hydrocracking process significantly alters the oil's properties, it could indeed be marketed as synthetic. Mobil appealed and lost again. That decision changed everything. From that moment on, every company realized they could use Group 3 base stock, which is much cheaper to produce, slap the word synthetic on the label, and sell it for the same price as true synthetic. And the switch happened incredibly fast. Let's talk about specific brands. First brand we're analyzing is Castrol Edge. It's one of the most popular brands in the world. It has a presence in Formula One, partnerships with automakers, aggressive marketing campaigns. Castrol Edge is sold as the pinnacle of technology. The packaging talks about fluid titanium technology. The commercials show high-performance engines, extreme tests, images of cutting-edge laboratory engineering. Some of that is actually true. The additive package is sophisticated. The engineers know what they're doing. The product passes all required certifications. The problem is elsewhere. The base oil used in Castrol Edge is predominantly Group 3. That's petroleum refined through hydrocracking. The titanium technology mentioned in marketing relates to the additives, not the base oil's chemical structure. In reality, you're paying premium prices for an oil that starts its life exactly like conventional mineral oil, coming straight from crude petroleum. Second brand, Valvoline Advanced Full Synthetic. Valvoline is one of the oldest brands in the industry, founded in 1866. For a long time, Valvoline's SN power line used genuine PAO bases. It was a product that actually justified the synthetic label. Mechanics, enthusiasts, and high-performance car owners trusted it because it was real. But at some point, the formula changed. No big announcement, no marketing explanation, no significant label change. Today's Valvoline Advanced Full Synthetic and High-Mileage Full Synthetic lines use predominantly Group 3 base stock, again, refined petroleum. The packaging still says full synthetic. The price is still positioned as premium. The brand still relies on over 150 years of history. For most consumers, nothing seems to have changed, but chemically and technically, quite a bit did. Valvoline's own technical documents indicate hydroprocessed base stocks. This doesn't mean the oil is bad. The additive package is competent. Quality control is serious. The product protects engines normally when used within recommended drain intervals, but the difference between what consumers imagine they're buying and what's actually inside the bottle is substantial. Third brand, Quaker State Ultimate Durability Full Synthetic. The name alone says a lot. Ultimate durability. The promise is crystal clear. The highest level of possible protection. Quaker State is traditional, extremely well known, and today owned by Shell. And here's an interesting detail. Shell owns two strong brands, Quaker State and Pennzoil. They share engineering, distribution, and technology, but they don't share exactly the same base oil. Quaker State Ultimate Durability uses primarily Group 3 base stock, again, refined petroleum. The product passes certifications, works well in modern cars, offers adequate protection. But what's interesting is the strategy within Shell itself. The company's most advanced technology is reserved for another brand. Fourth brand, Pennzoil Platinum Full Synthetic. This one is different and needs careful explanation. Pennzoil Platinum uses technology called Pure Plus. Instead of starting with crude oil, it starts with natural gas. That gas goes through a chemical method called Fischer-Tropsch synthesis. It transforms the gas into an extremely pure lubricant base. This process is known as GTL, or gas to liquid. Shell owns one of the world's largest GTL plants in Qatar. Chemically, it's different from traditional Group 3. Extremely low sulfur content, very consistent molecular structure, superior performance. In industry classification, it's called Group 3 Plus, better than conventional Group 3, but not the same as true PAO. PAO oils still have advantages in extreme temperature conditions, thermal stability, and absolute molecular uniformity. When you look at the shelf and see three different products with exactly the same label, full synthetic, it's important to understand they're chemically very different. One might be refined petroleum, another might be natural gas converted to lubricant, another might be true PAO created in a laboratory, all with the same name on the label. That's why understanding the chemistry can be far more important than trusting the word synthetic on the package. Now let's talk about store brands. Supertech, Amazon Basics, and Kirkland Signature. These deserve analysis together because they operate with the same business model. And interestingly, that model ends up being more honest than many premium brands we've seen, which says a lot about marketing in this industry. Supertech is Walmart's house brand. Amazon Basics belongs to Amazon. Kirkland is exclusive to Costco. None of them manufacture oil directly. They're made by large refineries and companies specialized in contract manufacturing. The chemistry is straightforward. They use Group 3 base stock. The price makes that very clear. In the United States, A gallon of SuperTech typically costs around $22. Amazon Basics and Kirkland are in roughly the same range. At that price point, it's simply impossible to produce PAO-based oil. PAO costs significantly more to manufacture. That cost inevitably appears in the final price. In this case, the price is being honest. The label continues creating confusion. Even though it costs less than half the price of other brands on the same shelf, it still displays the word full synthetic. A typical consumer looks at two products on the same shelf, both with the same description, and naturally assumes they're equivalent. They're not. The price difference exists precisely because of the chemistry. Does this mean these oils are bad? No. For normal use with regular oil changes every 8 to 10,000 miles, they work perfectly. They're vastly superior to old mineral oils. They won't destroy your engine. The key point is knowing exactly what you're buying. Group 3 refined, not a laboratory-created synthetic. Now, let's explore something even more interesting. Quick lube chains. Companies like Jiffy Lube, Take 5, and service centers tied to famous brands like Valvoline. Here the situation becomes even more profitable for these companies. You're not just buying a gallon of oil. You're paying for a complete service often sold as synthetic oil change. Most of these chains buy oil in bulk directly from contract manufacturers. Large drums with Group 3-based formulations bought at commodity prices. Then the company puts its own brand on the product and sells the service as synthetic oil change. Technically, that stays legal. The oil can be called synthetic. But the consumer typically has no idea what specific product is going inside their engine. At the service counter, you hear just one phrase: "We'll use synthetic oil." They rarely say which brand, which formula, which chemical base is being used. Often, the technician themselves doesn't know. They just use whatever oil is in the drum, and the drum says synthetic. If you use Quick Lube services, there's one simple question that makes all the difference. Ask which specific brand and product will be used before authorizing the service. Get the product name and research it. If the company can't tell you exactly what oil is going in, that's already valuable information before paying for a service marketed as premium. Now, one more curious case. Valvoline Instant Oil Change. This deserves separate explanation from the Valvoline retail line. Valvoline operates in two markets simultaneously. It sells oil retail in bottles you buy at auto parts stores. But it also operates thousands of oil change centers. The oil used in those centers isn't necessarily the same as what you buy on the shelf. It's usually a proprietary formula for high-volume use, developed specifically for quick service operations. Like basically every other chain, the base used is Group 3. Here's an easy trap for consumers. Many people trust the Valvoline brand because they've used the retail product for years. They go to a Valvoline center, pay for a synthetic oil change, and assume they're getting exactly what they'd buy retail. But it's not necessarily the same. The brand name is the same. Synthetic category too. But the formula might be different, and the service price stays charged as premium. Let's talk about a highly respected brand. Ravenol. It's a German company. Association with German engineering carries enormous weight. When an enthusiast sees the German flag, they immediately think precision, quality, rigorous standards. In part, completely deserved. Some Ravenol lines genuinely use high-level chemistry. Products like Ravenol VST and VSE use PAO bases and esters, extremely advanced lubricants. True Group 4 synthetics. The price is high because the manufacturing cost is. If you buy those specific lines, you're genuinely getting a premium product. The problem appears in the brand's more common lines. Products like VSW and VMP use Group 3 base stock. Again, highly refined petroleum. Same name, same German flag, same packaging, different chemistry inside the bottle. For those unfamiliar with these distinctions, it's very easy to assume all products from the brand have the same base. They don't. Now, another brand popular with Japanese car owners, Enios, built a very strong reputation among Honda, Toyota, and other Japanese brand enthusiasts. The packaging is clean. Marketing talks extensively about Japanese engineering, creates automatic association with Japanese automotive industry quality standards. Many people believe buying oil from a Japanese brand automatically means superior chemistry. But in the American market, most ENEOS formulations use Group 3 base stock. The company's own published technical data indicates hydroprocessed bases. Another indicator appears in viscosity index. Group 3 oils typically fall in the range of 130 to 140. PAO-based oils frequently exceed 150. The numbers for ENEOS synthetic line in the United States fall exactly within the typical Group 3 range. It doesn't mean the product is bad. Manufacturing quality is good. Additives are competent. For normal use with standard change intervals, it works perfectly. But there's a significant difference between the brand's premium reputation and actual chemistry. Finally, one example that perfectly summarizes the marketing problem. Idemitsu enjoys very strong reputation in Japan. An extremely respected company in the domestic Japanese market, supplies lubricants to various automakers. That reputation spread to other countries. Japanese car owners believe buying Idemitsu automatically means using the same lubricant the automakers use in Japan. But in formulations sold in the North American market, we again find Group 3 base stocks. The company's technical documents use the phrase hydroprocessed base stocks. That's exactly the technical term the industry uses when describing Group 3 without explicitly writing it on the package. Another truly competent product for normal use, but it doesn't correspond to the image marketing suggests. The conclusion is this. Most oils you see labeled full synthetic on shelves aren't true synthetics. They're highly refined petroleum, and that's legal because of a court decision from the 1990s. What you need to understand is, this doesn't mean the oil is bad. For normal use with regular oil changes, pretty much any certified oil works well. The point is knowing exactly what you're buying. When you see the word synthetic, research. Find out if it's Group 3, Group 3+, or true PAO. Because the price you pay should match the chemistry inside the bottle. How many liters of oil have you bought thinking it was premium? Leave a comment if this information changed your perspective. Share this with someone who's paying expensive prices thinking they're getting the best. In the next video, we're revealing how to identify counterfeit oil before you buy it. Spoiler alert, there are simple tricks everyone should know. Turn on notifications so you don't miss it. Thanks for watching Simplifying Cars. See you next time.